Hey, my friends, I'm so excited today. Welcome to this week's phenomenal episode of Motivational Moments with Maria. I'm your high performance coach, Crazy Coach Maria, and I'm so thrilled today. You are all in for a treat because I have a special guest for you today. And this is something I knew nothing about. And I'm going to get an education today, and I'm going to be a student today and learn. But I have this, not only is she beautiful, as you can see on the camera, she's so, so good at what she does. And she's working on this transformational ancestral healing program. And I cannot wait to hear what Miss Carmiola, let me say that again. Come on, Maria, correct it. Carmiola de Santura, all the way from Estonia. Yes, she's coming to us from Estonia. And she has learned that true happiness isn't just about the present, it's about understanding and breaking free from the past. Now, I didn't know about ancestral trauma, so I'm clueless. So, like I said, I'm going to be a student and we're going to learn today, and I'll ask questions and we'll get an education. Let's go. So, welcome to the show, Miss Carmiola de Santura from Estonia.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. I'm thrilled and I'm pleased to be here.
And we are pleased to have you here. Now, you help people reclaim their happiness that they've inherited, some things that are inherited. And I'm really curious, how do generational patterns affect our happiness?
In many ways. In many ways. Because the thing is that people think sometimes that they're happy. People make themselves to believe that they're happy. People pretend to be happy. People tell themselves, I'm happy. Happiness, so many people think that it comes with the right, as if you're born, this is your birthright. You should be happy. And Maria, have you noticed that for so many people, if people ask like, how come that you cannot be just happy? There are so many people like this. They're saying, I don't know what happiness means. And we're wondering why you're making all this trouble, why you're always negative, why you can't just be happy. That's the thing. We cannot demand people to be happy because there may be something from their past they have no idea about. It could be, for example, that someone in their lineage, maybe let's say grandma, granddad, they experienced something that made them very anxious about living. For example, maybe they survived war and they believed that you cannot be happy, just happy. You cannot live your life in happiness because this happiness is taking something away from you. Because maybe you showed off with your family and suddenly the family was gone because someone took your family and they were escorted, they were deported from your country. Something happened. And now, 3 generations later, someone asks, how come that I cannot be happy? Because it was forbidden. And you don't know that. And then you're always negative. What brings the negativity into your life? Worry. It means that there is something that you're worrying all the time, and you don't know what you're worrying about. Or I'm worried about that maybe something is happening with me. Something will happen. I know something will happen. No, nothing is going to happen, but something happened. And then you're
Something
just
happened in the
exactly
past
in the
that I
past.
may not be aware of, and it may not
Absolutely.
have been in my life, but I'm still, I mean, how 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 do you help people differentiate between their emotional baggage and the inherited limitations? How
Oh,
do you
it's
do
seen.
that?
It's seen because emotions are always, let's say, emotions very often are artificial, so that they we choose what emotions to feel, because emotions are something that you can control. Actually, you let go of something and you take in something, and
Mhm.
it causes the emotion that you can actually like switching between, because we can love, we can hate, we can be narrow minded because of that. But the truth is that when you have inherited trauma, then your core language is different. Your core
It,
language, that the words that you're using every day, it's not like the state of your mind causing some words. This is emotion. But when you're talking it all the time, like all the time, you have the belief, and then you're translating this belief into words. And this is something that, for me, is a hint that there is something behind these words that you continue to say out loud, because you need help. You don't know that you
mhm,
need
mhm.
help, but you need help.
So how did you stumble or study, or how did you get to this place of ancestral healing and ancestral trauma
Yeah.
in generating new happiness, not only for yourself but for your clients? Because I know you assist a ton of people in healing that trauma.
Yeah, I think that I started because the thing is that um, for years, for 15 years, I was a TV host in my country. And I did a TV reality shows about people, about real people, about their real stories. They shared their stories, and I started to learn them. 15 years learning people, learning their words, observing how they act out, how they translate their feelings into words. And then suddenly I had a sudden Kundalini awakening, which means that you cannot kind of live the same life that you've been living. So I had to leave my job, leave my people, my audience there, because I couldn't serve
Mhm.
them the way I was serving them all the time. I couldn't be the host anymore because I had this identity crisis. Because when you had the awakening and it was very, very sudden, then I took off the 2 years. So I started to dive deep in, like really, really deep. And then I stumbled to traumas, like onion peel, like onion. I had to peel it off, and then I stumbled and stumbled and stumbled until I realized that this is not mine. It belongs to someone else. And I started
Mm.
to look into my father's story, my mother's story. Then I started to make connections. And then I realized that it's not only my story, my problems. I've inherited already to these stories to my children, and they are already continuing to walk my path. So
Ooh.
if you realize that in your life there are too many synchronicities. I was 13 years old when something happened, tragic happened in my life. My mother
Right.
was 13 years old when her father died. My granddad was 13 years old when he had to escape back to Estonia, where he was when he was deported to Siberia. So, because he was deported to Siberia, then he was 13 years old when he had the chance to come back. The childhood ended. There is something like a common word between the loops, and this is all called synchronicities. This
Um,
is your history. And my child
wow.
was 13 years old. My own son was 13 years old when I understood that now I have to do something. Now I have to break the pattern. And the pattern was the childhood ends. Someone dies, and I knew that it could be me or my son. And that's why I was like, now I have to do this. I have to go deep. And it was a journey, and now now it's like this
So
is my,
you went on the journey yourself. So
yeah.
you had to experience this. What is going on? And by the way, I just, this is synchronicity. I was 13 when my stepdad died, and that's the day I grew up.
Now
It
you
just,
have
when
to
you
look
said
what happened. Now
Oh,
you have to go back and what happened at the age of 13 with your grandma or granddad, what happened with your child when she was 13,
yes.
because there is synchronicities, you want it or not.
Yes, I know. I'm just listening, like, wait a minute, was I 13 or was I 14? But when you said that, I was like, okay. And then my mom came to this country she was either 13 or 14. I got to go back and look. Just interesting. Ah, ah, interesting. I have to go back and study that. Now, so you went on this about a 2-year journey yourself of uncovering your own ancestral trauma, if you will. And then how did you discover the techniques and practices that you now use in your coaching, your transformational coaching business?
I started to study it. I studied inherited family trauma. So I had to study a lot. So I studied the family system programs, like how we are placed in our family system, how we replace each other in a family system. It all starts. This is like the first layer is our own childhood. Then we're going down. Then I started to learn the transgenerational traumas, how these things work if we have to dive deeper. And then because of my spirituality and my awakening, because I'm near to Russia, we have here Russian shamans. And so I studied and I went deep with shamanic learning. I did it
Okay.
on my own. So that's why I call it all ancestral trauma healing, because it all goes beyond the stories. Even so beyond that it goes back to your past life stories, because your past life stories are very often connected with your mission on this planet. And that's why you
Mhm.
sometimes you just have to know what is your challenge in this life. So we have to open this book.
And so what I hear you saying is that you have to break the patterns. Is that
Absolutely,
what
yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
break the patterns?
Yeah.
So how did you and how do we break the patterns of our ancestral trauma?
People think that it's hard. People think that they have to go to hypnotherapy or they have to go to hypnosis. So, in order
Hmm.
to let go. Or one of the not myth, but the misunderstanding could be
Hmm.
that I can breathe out my patterns, I can heal something. But the problem is that we can heal something if we know to whom it belongs. We cannot heal, for example, if you're sick, if your body is sick, and you don't know, I don't know, I just feel bad, I just feel something hurts here. But until doctor tells you what's wrong with you, you don't know what medicine to take. And the
Hmm.
same thing goes with ancestral traumas. You don't know who you have to heal unless you go back and search from your genogram. You know to whom it belongs. Because, Maria, the thing is, you've seen the movie Back to the Future, have you?
Correct. Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
There is a main character. I don't remember what their names were, but they were main character, this boy and the old man.
Hmm.
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Do you remember the place where the old man went back to the history?
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
then he had to wait 57 years in order to get the mail, and the postman came, it was raining, and he said it was 80 years or something that they were waiting for this, and they thought that he will never be there, but he was there. And he got the letter from this old guy from the past. With the ancestral trauma healing is the same story. Your ancestors may have been waiting for you to get the message for 6, for 7 generations, because they're stuck. They are stuck. They are stuck in their actions that they caused, or actions that were caused by someone else to them. And the letter, we have to open it and know to whom we have to give back their actions, to forgive them, and whom we have to heal as victims, in order to delete the patterns for the future. And I'm the postman.
Oh, I love that. I'm the postman. So
Yeah.
I love that. That is great. So how do you can you walk us through a process of how someone can rewrite their story and and
Yeah.
break free from this stuff?
For
Subconscious
example,
beliefs?
if you got to know right now that something happened when you were 13, something happened. The thing is, what happened? Yeah? Like, what happened? You know what happened? Um, Give a tagline to this happening. If, for example, for me, it was at the age of 13, childhood ended because someone died or something happened.
Right.
For you, it was what?
My childhood ended. I became an adult that day,
Exactly.
right?
So
I became an
now,
adult.
if you want to know if you have passed, inherited that to your children, how old are your children?
Oh, they're in their 40s now.
Yeah, but they have grandchildren.
Yes, I have
I mean, you
grandchildren.
have grandchildren.
I have grandchildren. Right. Right, right.
The thing is that we are the healers by third generation. Very
Mhm.
often, my focus goes somewhere where it doesn't have to go. I don't know. Sometimes this
I
camera
love
just
that.
cannot understand that I have to be in the focus. Please. So,
I love this. I love this. Technology is good. It's good. And sometimes we have to adjust it a little bit. This is great. Now, keep going.
but
This is good.
used to be like, oh, hidden. But you know what? The thing is that there is epigenetically, epigenetic is a when something happens, it's like scientifically, it's proven that epigenetically we can inherit something that happened in the past as a belief through our gene changes. So it's already proved. And what happens is our third generation is the healer of our granddads, grandmothers. So, in order for you to understand that everything that happened in your life, they are the repeaters of your faiths, of your dreams, and they're healers by the symptoms. So, if something happened in your life, like at the age of 13, then pay attention. How old is your grandson?
I have seven. So, but my oldest biological granddaughter is 14.
All right, yeah. So, was there something happening with her at the age of 13?
Mm, I have to think about that. Was there some? I don't believe she's been. I don't think so. I really don't. Nothing traumatic. Nothing that I can think of. No, she's had a great life. Great, 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 great life.
Kill this
You
camera.
are so playing with that camera. It's so funny. That's a crack up. You're
Yeah.
in focus, baby. You're in focus.
Now I'm in focus.
You are in focus and you're looking as beautiful as ever. And this is an incredible, incredible subject.
So,
But I'll
Maria,
have to look. I say there's something happened to her, in her when she was 13. I don't believe so. But I
okay,
have to go back and ask.
ask her if she had a problem with self belief. If,
Well,
yeah,
so
if
that's a good question. Go ahead.
because the thing is that if you left your childhood, then there must be a belief about you that you inherited. Because at the moments of our traumas, if they happened with us, we inherit the feelings. The feelings. What was the feeling? And now she may have experienced at the same age the feeling of the feeling that maybe I'm not loved, maybe I'm alone, the same things that maybe I'm alone, maybe I'm not loved, maybe there's not enough attention, things like that, that make her believe that she's alone, that she's not enough.
Hmm. Hmm. And let me just tell you this, having me as a grandmother is good for her because we've broken a lot of patterns. because I infuse in them energy, excitement, enthusiasm,
Yeah,
and a strong mindset,
yeah,
and really encourage them to go be, do, and have everything they want in life.
yeah.
But I'm going to ask her because it's really interesting. That's a great question. When we're having a granddaughter day, I'll ask her and say, "Tell me when you." But I know there's some. She's just so focused on her school and her athletics, and maybe she had a disappointment or something that she felt maybe I'm not good enough at something,
Yeah,
right? And,
it
and I'll ask her.
yeah. But the thing is that how we break the patterns is exactly the way we're doing right now. We're discussing, we're talking, we're exploring. And
Hmm.
by getting the clarity where this comes from, that's how we dissolve the pattern. We open the door. We open the door for ourselves to be open for something, awareness, something like I get to know what could be there behind my story, behind my feeling. So I go into this in order to understand that, but I can create my own story. I don't have to walk in circles because people think that they walk their own path. No, they don't. No, they walk in circles until
Hmm.
they understand now is my time to step out from the circle and choose my own path. But that demands choosing you so that you're ready to choose you in every step. And when we are meeting our traumas,
Hmm.
when we're triggered and it's in a soul level. For example,
Hmm.
if we have to step out from our comfort zone and we have to make a big decisions and you feel it like now it's like it's not the fear, it's the matter of life and death, because it's not only your fear, it's your grandmother's grandmother's, and it goes back to 6 generations. That's the fear you're feeling when you're stepping out from this pattern. It's like, oh my god, I cannot do it, I cannot do it, yes I did it. And then you're like, another lifetime starts. And
Right, you're
not
pushing the envelope. But
apt.
I have an interesting question about that. So what happens if you there's no one for you to talk to in your ancestors? What if they're all gone? They've all left this earth. And how do you uncover some of those ancestral traumas if there's no one you can ask?
Then you have to speak with me, because
I
I've
love
had
that. I love that.
because that's what
That
I'm doing. I'm going
that's
behind
what
the
you do.
stories.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
that's where the shamanic knowledge comes in.
The shamanic knowledge. Okay,
Yeah.
great. I love that. I was like, so how do you, if you don't have anyone to talk to, like I know what happened in my life, I know what happened in my mom's life, but beyond that, I don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I can somewhat piece it together, but in those older generations, they didn't like to talk about things. They hold these secrets within themselves.
Oh,
Have
that's
you ever
bad.
noticed that? Oh,
Yeah, absolutely,
they
absolutely.
just hold everything and they don't want to, because
Yeah.
there might be shame, guilt,
Oh, yeah.
embarrassment. Oh,
Oof. Oof.
oof, oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah. It's
And
true.
then we do inherit that. I mean, and I look at it, our cultures are, they're different, but they're the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They are.
We-
And
be-
we all struggle.
and because the thing is that even for example, for Black community, women are very strong. They're naturally
Mhm.
strong because they come from I would say that Cleopatra was a Black, actually. And so
Hmm.
their history is so strong. They are like queens by birth. And the thing is that when something happened in their past, they suffocated. They suffocated to the bottom, so that very often why women suffer, because they don't know that something so bad happened with grandma, because she was too proud to say it out.
Right.
And then
I
they
just
don't.
had this conversation with someone
Yeah.
the other day, and they said, I know my grandmother has suffered trauma, but she will not discuss it at all.
Mhm.
They stifle it, they keep it down, they suppress it. And that's what we did in our culture as well. I know that my aunts and my great aunts, we don't talk about that. So we suppress any negativity and we don't discuss things because it's not on the table for discussion.
Mhm.
Right.
But it doesn't allow it. It gives away something very important. It takes away something very important. The the knowledge how to be vulnerable. It's like you're closing yourself. Like you won't let yourself to be vulnerable, even if you need sometimes.
Hmm.
But body knows, and body gets vulnerable, and you cannot fight with body. That's
Hmm.
why I'm saying, woman, if something happened with you in the past, talk it out, share it so that you share it from your body, because body knows, body remembers. Your cells remember, and they want to let it out. That's why we need to speak. We need our friends. We need our community to share, share, and share. For years, for years, I locked myself from being vulnerable because my granddad was shot dead because he was vulnerable. And I felt like I cannot be vulnerable. I cannot be a woman because then someone would kill me with
Hmm.
words, not with guns, with words.
With words, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So I was afraid
I
of
hear
that.
that.
Yeah. So,
I absolutely hear that and I feel your pain and I can totally relate. I can completely relate. Same
yeah.
thing. I'm not going to be vulnerable for anybody, right? It took me many years.
Yeah.
Took me many years. I'm not going to be vulnerable. But
Hmm.
it took a lot of personal growth in myself and personal development to really unpack the layers, as you say, unpack the layers. And I have been studying personal development and personal growth since my early 20s. And and you think you got it, and then something else surfaces. And it's an
Exactly.
ongoing, lifelong process. And then you say, oh, so no, 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 this is a beautiful thing. Because I think so many people just, oh, that's just the way it is. No, that's not the way it is. You have the
Exactly.
ability to shift and break the pattern and create a new happiness for yourself
Yeah.
if you're willing to do the work, right? If you're willing to
Yeah.
do the work. And it can be scary, can it?
It should be.
Okay, good, it should be. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So can you share a story, a success story of a client of yours that you walked through the
Oh, there's so
process and you
many.
claim them? Well,
Oh,
give
there's
me
so
one.
many. Yeah, I give you one. That was too extreme because I couldn't believe it. The thing is that on I hope, Maria, that I can share it here that on the 22nd of March, I'm starting with masterclass, 4-week masterclass.
Beautiful.
And we are healing ancestral traumas the way I've been doing work with people from my country for 3 years. And the stories after this masterclass, oh my God, they are life changing. And I give all people who listen to this podcast, if they comment, can they comment? They can. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be up on my YouTube channel. Yes.
Yeah. If they comment Maria, then I'm going to comment and I'm going to send them a coupon, and they have $200 gift.
Oh,
So that,
beautiful.
so that, because the masterclass costs 1,360, there is a mystical number, and they get 200 off.
What a gift, right?
Yeah.
What a gift. And of course, yes, this is gonna be on my YouTube channel, which is YouTube at Maria Bradfield. It will be out there, and if people comment, absolutely. It's gonna be a 4-week masterclass. But tell me a story about
Yeah.
give me one of your success stories.
Oh, that was so beautiful. I had one woman from Scotland, and she said that there was a story behind the stories, and the blah, 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 as we all do. And then, almost at the end, the last week of the masterclass, she already drew the genogram, because I help people to draw their genogram and traumagram, because I'm gonna look at that every person's genogram individually. And then she said that, you know what, I cannot understand that. I feel like I feel the heaviness. I cannot get over it. And she said that I see, because when people register and they come to this masterclass, they start to see dreams, very vivid dreams, because I'm saying that ancestors are here. Ancestors are here. Don't be afraid. and, and so she saw very vivid dreams, and she saw that there is a baby and she's always around. And then I looked my way, as I'm looking into things. So I looked into her thing and I told her that, you know what, there is a baby. And this baby was dropped to the bin when she was
Mm.
alive, and she was uncovered. And she told me that by talking with her mother, she got to know that her mother had a child she was afraid to show. So her mother gave birth to child and dropped it to the bin. And the child was there, and until mother came, the child was gone. Nobody knows what happened with the child, but the thing is that she was uncovered. She was
Wow.
helpless. And you know what? The woman that needed to know that, the woman who was attending the master class, she had lupus for
Mm.
years, very strong lupus. And I said, if you heal that child, if you give her back her place in a family system and let her go by forgiving mother for doing what she did, you'll get well. 2 weeks after masterclass, she went to Morocco. She went to the church, holy place. She brought everybody there she knew, like mentally, the child, the
Hmm.
mother, everybody, and forgave them. And you know what? The lupus is gone.
Wow, that's pretty powerful because lupus is not something that cures easily.
Exactly.
That is not something that cures.
Can you
So
imagine
yes,
that? What epigenetically we are able to take over?
that is very, very powerful story. Incredible. But yeah,
Yeah,
you don't know. Yeah, so she was carrying this burden, this weight, this
yeah.
guilt, whatever it was.
And because
Amazing.
the baby was uncovered,
Hmm.
that's the problem. Because lupus is, if you're under the sun, the lupus gets all like
Well,
exposed.
right, right, right,
Yeah,
right. My aunt had lupus, so yes.
yeah.
And
And
yeah.
because of the child who was uncovered,
Hmm.
that's why she had this.
Yeah, the baby was exposed.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a pretty powerful story. So how's she doing today?
Well, she's my student now.
She's your student. Good. I love that. I love that. So you do this master class, but you also do individual one-on-one coaching, if I
Oh
recall.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. A
Yep.
lot.
Yeah. So how does someone reach you if they wanted to get in touch with you, my beautiful woman?
My homepage is ready.
Her homepage is
Doors
ready.
are open.
The doors are open. All
And
right.
they can get to
Go ahead. Tell us. Share us. Share it.
they
Share it.
can get to if they would just www Carmiola de Santura all in one.com. Boom. They
Boom.
get
Okay. Let me
in.
spell that for you, gang. It's Carmiola, Carmiola, de Santura, S as in Sam, Antura.com. Carmiola de Santura.com. There you go. Was that good?
That was good. That was good.
That's
Spelling
good.
is good.
So they can reach you there, but you probably also have Instagram or as well, don't you?
Maria, you know what? We all have to do Instagram. We all have to do TikToks.
Yes.
And I'm proud if people find me over my homepage.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So
That's good. And they can register for your masterclass that's happening in March, yes?
yes, 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 and use the coupon. So I'm
And
gonna
use
send
the
them
coupon.
coupon.
Yeah, so if you comment on this video, which will probably for you, just so you know, I'm going to send this out in a week after next, so it'll be before March. And if you comment on this episode, she's going to see it, and she is going to give you a $200 off coupon. So, as someone who believes healing is the key to fulfillment and happiness. What steps can listeners take to start their own journey toward their personal happiness and personal freedom, if you will?
Ask questions. To
Ask questions.
ask
Yeah.
questions, ask questions. What if? What if this worry is not mine? What if I'm? What if this guilt is not mine? What if this toxic relationship is just a pattern? To whom does it belong? Because we know what's going on in our life. We know we are observers, the best observers
Hmm.
of our life. We think that the thing is that so many people, they are stuck. They know that they're stuck, and they talk themselves out of that truth that I'm stuck. They're saying that, yeah, but you know what? Even my mother already was living the life that she was living. So I think that that's the fate. But until you change it, yes, that's your fate. The moment you decide to live your own life, that's a new fate because we are the masters of manifestation. We manifest every day our tomorrow. So your fate, for example, if you're about to die, one day we all leave this place and you're about to
Correct.
die, then I've experienced really close moment when I was ready to go. And the thing is that it's not the question, was I happy? It's not the question, even if they say that I regret that I worked so much. I regret that I was not happy. I regret that, No, 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 no. Your soul does not regret anything when he's about to leave. His only question and only question is,
I'm waiting. I'm listening.
did I serve enough people?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I have said that myself. Did I give enough?
Yeah,
Did I love enough?
yeah.
And did I laugh enough? I mean, did I give enough? I mean, that's what I always say. And I always ask my children, do I give you enough? What else do you need from me?
Oh,
Did I
beautiful.
serve? Did I serve? Did I serve? Did I serve?
Yeah,
Because we are servant leaders. In this business, we are servant leaders, and I love it. I love
absolutely.
it. Did I serve? Did I give enough?
Yeah.
Yes. And you know me, I'm always about you got to have fun no matter what you're doing in life.
Yeah,
And
and you're
so,
a big giver, big giver.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I know that, and I know, and it's like, and it's great. I just want to pour into people. It's the best thing in the world. So let me ask you this, because I know we are running out of time. Um, if a genie dropped down and granted you three wishes today, Miss Carmiola de Santura, what would those be?
Oh my God, it's so difficult.
Ah, that's why I
uh,
ask. It's like, oh, the world is open up. The oyster is yours. What would it be?
um, just a second. Ooh. It comes, it comes, it comes. Uh, Lord, give me more possibilities to serve more people. Lord, don't give me $1 million unless I've served million people. Lord, give me health in order to serve. Give me wealth in order to serve. Give me love in order to share love.
Beautiful. Beautiful. See? You said, let it come to me. It's there already.
Yeah.
It's there. And it just poof. And I love that you said my health, because so many of us don't think of the importance of when you're healthy, everything else is easy.
Yeah.
And so take care of yourselves. Carmiola, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am that you joined us today. I'm really excited, and and I'm hoping you're going to get some people that join your masterclass. Yeah, who knows? You might even see me there. But I understand now more, because I do go back and look, and I've done a lot of my own healing, but there's probably more. I guess that's why I continue to, on my journey, studying personal growth and personal development, because it is so important. There may be something deep seated, but I've unpacked a lot of it. And I appreciate you sharing your wisdom and knowledge with us. Again, you can reach Carmiola at www.carmioladesantura.com. You can register for her masterclass, or if you're interested in one on one sessions, you can reach her through there. And remember, she's in Estonia. And so there is a little bit of a time difference no matter where you are in the country, but she is a servant leader. And if you are suffering from any ancestral trauma that you may not even be aware of, reach out to her. So listen, my friends, I thank you for joining me today, joining us
Thank you.
today.
Thank
And
you.
if there's any friend that you know that needs to hear this message, go ahead and share this podcast. And you can catch us on my YouTube channel, YouTube at Maria Bradfield, and she'll be up there very shortly. And also, as I always say, no matter what you choose to be, do, or have, do it with passion, do it with purpose. Stay focused, stay positive, and just always have fun. And I will see you all real soon. Thanks again, Carmiola.
Thank you, Maria.